Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. This is the first video of the playthrough exploration of the Mighty Endeavor, standard combat series game from the Gamers and Multi-Man Publishing. So let's get started. We're looking at the sequence of play. The first thing we do is the allied player turn. We do the replacement and reinforcement phase, but that doesn't really happen. So the first thing we're actually going to do is roll for air points. So let's look at, need to look at the air support table. And we're going to roll 2d6 on that table. Let's pull up this and straighten that out. So we're going to roll 2d6, 2d6. And we rolled a 5, so we're going to have 4 air points available. Now, we're going to need to allocate those, let's see here, looking back at this. Roll to determine available air points, expend air points for any air zones that the player wants to dominate, place markers in those zones. So with only 4 points available, I think we're only going to dominate the one zone, which is going to be Air Zone 1, which I guess we'll put right here. There's no real place to put that. So we have 3 air points left, and I'm going to just drop that right here to indicate that we have 3 air points left. Because we can use those during the combat. During the combat turn or the movement phase to affect combats. But we are going to dominate Air Zone 1, which contains the historical Normandy landing area. So I decided that you don't have to do this, but I decided that I'm going to do that. A, because it's the first playthrough that I've tried with this thing, and B, because this is the only place where you can land 3 forces on one turn, and that's significant. So we're not going to, let's expand these though. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do the invasion placement phase. Attack HQ announcement phase. So we need to look that up actually. I was trying to look everything up I needed for the first turn before I started. Okay, so I think I interpret this. Invading units do not require attacks to play the turn they land to indicate that we actually don't need attack HQ declaration on the first turn, I think. So I guess we Alright, well, I guess we're going to place the HQ for now. Well, we first place the beach ports. So we're going to place Beachport 1 here. This is would be Utah Beach. We're going to place, I guess we'll put this here. We'll place Beachport 2 here and Beachport 3 here. So this is pretty much the historical landing zones. You put them adjacent to the beach landing hexes. And I guess we'll put... Well, I guess we're going to find out in a minute. Now, the beach class, so these are beach class 3 hexes. If we hide that unit there, we'll see that this is Omaha Beach. It's a beach class 3. And if we look at the beach classes, the assault force can be 2 units. Now, they have to be infantry units. And then the follow-on turn costs 2 units from the above. If more than 1 unit can be shipped. The follow-on... I guess I want to look at that too. We're looking for beaches, beach ports. Follow-on is the number of units that can ship into the beach port's hex in the landing turn's shipping phase. Okay, so I think the beach port's hex is actually going to be the actual beach hex, I think. So I guess we're going to find out. So we're going to do, let's see here. So we've done Tech HQ airdrops, so we needed to do airdrops. So we can only conduct airdrops in that in those areas, those air zones in which we have air domination. So what we have available here is we have 2 Airborne, and we need to look at the airdrop rules actually, because I think we don't want to particularly drop in Bocage, I think. 1 in open terrain or 1 to 2 in a Bocage. Okay. Or if it's in an enemy ZOC. Okay. Did I read that correctly? 1 to 2, or if the hex is occupied by or in the ZOC of a German unit. Okay. So where do we want to drop? We can drop up to 2 per turn. Okay, and we're limited by this, and we're going to. So let's look at, we gotta look at something else here. That is a static unit, I believe. We'll assume it has a ZOC unless I find something out that says otherwise, that this unit, the 346th Static Infantry Division, I guess. So I think what we're going to do is we'll drop 2, so we'll spend 2 airdrop points. And we'll land... There really isn't a place for us to land. This is a bicycle infantry unit, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to land here. So I think what we want, we're going to land here, here, and here. So I think I want to drop right here. Now that's going to be... We're going to have to roll on that. So that's 1 airdrop. And it's going to be... If I roll a 1, I might make sure it's the right... I'm making the right die roll here. Unit loses a step on a roll of 1 if in open terrain, or 1 to 2 if in Bocage, or if the hex is occupied by or in the ZOC of a German unit. So let's drop this there to support these landings. We will drop, where's the British Airborne? British 1st Airborne. We need to roll to see if it loses a step, and it does. And we're going to drop the British 1st Airborne, which is coming in here. And they'll advance here. We'll go here. And we roll a 4, so they don't lose a step. So that's 2. That is the most we can play with here. So, and then we need to land our guys. So we're gonna do it the historical way here. And land the 1st Infantry Division in the 29th at Omaha. We'll land the 4th, and I don't know offhand where the 5th landed, but we're gonna send them to Utah. And then at Gold Juno and Sword, I guess we are going to land the British 3rd and the British 15th. Okay. So did we doing that in the right order? We might not have. Invasion placement phase. Airdrop phase, movement phase. So do we conduct the attacks now? The stacking limit, by the way, is 4. Airshift cannot be applied to invasion attacks. Well, unless I see otherwise, I'm going to assume that that happens during the combat phase. So let's pull this up, close this because it's in the way. Movement phase, combat phase. So let's see if there's actual movement. And I think there is. So we'll move this into here. So that's going to be bocage. It's going to cost 1, and it costs an extra 2 to move into an enemy ZOC. So he's fine, but that's where he's going. We'll go here instead. It's going to be the same thing. So undo, yep, okay. I don't know if there's any other movement we can do. Well, there is. We can move here. That's going to cost, again, 1 plus 2. But we're at 6 movement factors. We can move the beach port 1. This unit can move here. The beach port up. And then we need to conduct this attack in the combat phase. So we're going to mark this for combat. Now, we have 14 factors against 4. That's going to be a 3-to-1 now. Unlike every other game that I have ever seen, the Standard Combat Series rounds odds normally. So we're going to roll on the 3-to-1 table. We're going to roll 2d6. And we rolled a 10, which is pretty good. That's DRR2. So that means the defender loses 2 steps and retreats 2 hexes. Now, we're going to have to look that up. Well, actually, it's just going to be sent to graveyard. Because it's just eliminated at a loss of 2 steps. Okay, so now I'm a little unclear as to when that's supposed to happen and if it is considered, it's in the hex. The deck exceeds me, the beachport marker. Invading units into it, those units cannot advance deeper than the landing hex itself. The beachport marker cannot leave that hex until it's later removed from play. Okay, that's something else we have to do here. Actually, we get these remove beachport 1 markers. So the beachports are only usable for 6 turns. So we need to put this on turn 7. At the end of turn 7, these remove beachport 1, 2, and 3 come off. So the beachports are removed at that point. So we hopefully should have captured some ports by then, like Le Havre or Cherbourg. So I think these are here, actually. I don't think they can really do anything farther than that. But also in the attack phase, so these would be here. And then in that case, we'll have moved this guy here. So we're going to do a 6 to... Let's look at the graveyard. That's a 4 to 6. Did I screw those odds up? I might have. Okay, so we have 6 to 2. That's a 3 to 1. Defending hex is going to be, let's see. Defending hex is 4, so defenders times 2, so it's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 1.5 to 2. It's going to be 1.5 to 1, so 3 to 2. So let's roll on that. And we roll a 7. Well, if it's 3 to 2, then it goes to 2 to 1 in this game. So we roll a 7. We have attacker 1. The brackets mean something special for Germans. Defender 1, retreat 1. So the attacker will lose a step, and the defender will lose a step, but he only has 1 step, so he goes to the graveyard. So we can advance after combat, and we will. So the 1st Airborne has actually taken and held Con. Now we go to the exploitation phase. We don't have any exploit-capable units on here. The supply phase, everybody's in supply from the beaches. The shipping phase is when these units will come in. So we need to pull up the TEC beach class. So we're in class 3 beaches. So we have 4 points of follow-on units. So it seems like I should be able to advance off the beach. Invasion of combat rolls are made in the combat phase at any time in the sequence during the player desires. Okay. Okay. And then beach class is the follow-on hex. Okay. So it seems like see, I'm going to be overstacked, right? So armored costs 2. So let's land a British armor. And another infantry division. And then at Omaha, let's land a U.S. infantry and an armor. Send in the 2nd. And at Utah, we'll send in the 3rd and the 30th. Is everything okay, honey? Okay. So that's I could have used air support on that. That was not an invasion combat. So it looks to me like this is the first turn basically done, and we've established our beachheads. So what do we got next? That was the shipping phase. Attack HQ on flipping, which we don't really have any. Well, you know what? We got to put the HQs in there, actually. So let's think about that. So let's pull out the 2nd here and put in this U.S. And then we'll pull out the 43rd here and put in this not Canadian, UK HQ. And that looks... Alright, so I think we go to the German turn, reinforcement, replacements. I don't believe any of that happen. Does that happen? Hold on. No. These go to... Whoops. England this turn, and what these basically do is extend the supply range from your HQs. So that's fine. Alright, so movement phase. So what are we going to do with the Germans? We've got some real weak units here, so I think what we're going to do is take a look at road. Road costs 1/2. However, we're in an allied air-dominated zone, so this is going to cost 1. We're going to move this unit 1, 2, 3, 4 there to block for Cherbourg. And we've got this very strong German unit here. We will move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to attack Khan from the south. And this unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got the Panzer Lair and the 21st Panzer doing that. We're going to have 1, 2, 3. We'll try and reduce that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. 4 is just 2. Let's see what we can do here. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is open cost? It is 1. Move that back. 1, 2. The river will be +1. Yeah, small river for +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start moving some guys in. Hold on a minute here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. So I could get them here going across open ground. And the 17th SS will get on their way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not optimal either. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can move these guys to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Strategic movement. How can we strategic move? There's no road movement in this game. At least there's no road movement phase. So in the regular movement phase, units may use strategic movement in lieu of regular movement. They don't begin in an enemy's EOC. They don't end in... They don't end to place them out of supply. They double their movement allowance. But you have it again for in a Allied-dominated zone. So I guess we... I guess we're going to have to be satisfied with that for now. Alright, so that looks like a German movement to me, unless there's more. Hold on a minute. And I don't want to strip everything, because in the next turn the Allies could invade somewhere else. You can put these guys on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on a minute. Let's look at dominated air zones. That's important here. Road taxes cost 1 for all German units. So let's undo that one. We gotta have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll put them here. Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. Get rid of that. 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 5. Because this is Air Zone 2. It is not Allied dominated. Probably should have thought of that. Okay, so German combat, I think. Yep, German combat exploitation. So we have a combat here against this this unit, and we have a 7 in defense. We have a 9, 19, 29, 7. That's going to be 4 to 1. So let's pull up the CRT, roll it up. 4 to 1. That is a 7. On the 4 to 1 is a Defender 2, Retreat 1. So that is going to send the 1st Airborne to the graveyard. We can advance after combat, and we will advance this unit, the 12th SS, after combat. Now in the exploitation phase, we can move again. So what we'll do here is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we do, wait a minute, can we do, the question is, can we do overrun attacks in exploitation? I'm fairly sure we can. Okay, yes, we can. Okay, so in the exploitation phase, we can only exploit when we okay, so we can stack these together right here. Okay, so we can advance both of them into this hex after the combat. And I guess, yeah. And we're going to go here for 1, 2, 3, and into this hex for 4, 5, 6. We're going to overrun at 20 to 7. Which is 3 to 1 in this game, bearing in mind that we round it normally. And we have a 6 on the 3 to 1, which is going to be A1, D1. So what the A1 in brackets means is that if it's a German attacker, you guys have German doctrinal flexibility, they lose 1 less step. So it's just going to be a Defender 1. And we don't have to retreat. So the 82nd is kind of taking it on the chin there in the bocage. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's check that. That's going to make a difference. Bocage, Defender times 2. So we're at 20 to 14, which puts us at 1 to 1 on the 6. I believe we have to take a step loss here. So we have... we'll take it on the 21st Panzer. But the 82nd is held. That's 1 to 1, A1, D1, so they're going to lose a step. Were they reduced already? Let's undo, undo. Yeah, they were reduced already, so these guys go to the graveyard. And then we reduce the 21st Panzer again. And then we can choose to advance after... Oh, we have to advance, actually, because it's an overrun. This unit did not take... no, it totally did. I'm confused. Anyway. So here we have the situation at the end of the German player turn. So let's look at the sequence of play. Supply phase. Everybody should be in supply. Yeah. German supply and Allied supply are traced in different ways. So, reinforcement and replacements. So, what we got here for reinforcements on turn 2. So, these guys go in Area B. Where is Area B? That is... That didn't seem to make sense to me. So if they go to in Area B... So where do they come in? Get the actual German reinforcement turn. B. The trouble is I don't see B anywhere. Yeah, anywhere that makes sense. I'm pretty sure these are the markers for that, and I just don't see Area B anywhere. So based on my understanding then, these guys come in over here, which is goofy. Oh wait, Area E. This actually sort of does make sense, actually. They're freighting guys in from the east front. I don't know what any of that means. Let's get rid of all that. Alright, Allied reinforcements. This goes in England. Let's remove the moved markers. And we're at turn 2. And the first thing we're going to do is roll for air support. 2d6, and we roll a 10. That's going to be 7 air points. So put that here. And we're going to air dominate. We're going to clone this. Get another one. We're going to air dominate zone 2 as well. We're going to air dominate zone 3. So that's going to be 3 points. And then that should be good. Okay, so back up to the sequence of play. Invasion placement. Do we want to launch new invasions this turn? Maybe. The only decent port to do it in up here is Dunkirk, though. And I'm not really sure we do. So I think what we do here is we just go to the attack HQ. So we're going to flip, so that everybody's in supply. And I'm going to put these in these hexes actually for now. They're understood to be here. They're at all these are at the stacking limit too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Bocage is 2. Nope, Bocage is 1. So we need to be in attack range is the thing. Alright, so I'm going to hold off. I only have 2 more divisions anyway to airdrop, so we'll wait until a better moment to do that. Attack HQ, we're going to flip both of those. Airdrop movement phase. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. We could do an overrun on this unit at 1 to 2, which does not sound like an awesome idea. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move this unit here. Nope, we're not actually. We're stuck with the overrun. This is a C line. We cannot attack or move across that. So we're gonna have to try this 1 to 1. It's gonna be 10 on the attack to 12 because of the Bocage on the defense. So that's gonna be 1 to 2. How bad is that? 1 to 2. I deem that to be a bad attack. We're gonna have to just wait. What we will do though is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Now ZOCs count. So we're going to move that there. We're going to move that there. We're going to leave this there. And then we'll see what we're going to do here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 1. Alright, that looks good. Well, I should have airdropped, actually. And we don't really have any good... Oh, you know what? We could have overrun this. Where did this come from? This came from Omaha. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to overrun at 10 to 4, which is 2 to 1. That's much better. So let's overrun at 2 to 1. We have a 6 at 2 to 1, which is not great, but it's A1, D1. And this is a one-step unit, so this will go to the graveyard. This will lose a step, and this will go there. And then this came from, what's the first? That came from Omaha. So we're actually going to move that here, I think. Alright, so then we go back to movement combat. So we're going to do our combat here first. We're going to go to, what does the fortress do? Defender times 2, 2 asterisk, Germans only. The defender ignores retreat results. Okay, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. But let's see what we got. We're going to attack with, I'm pretty sure we can get to supply range here. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. We can't trace through enemies' EOCs, but friendly units negate enemies' EOCs for attack supply purposes, I'm pretty sure. So we have 14 plus 16 is 30 against 6, so that is a 5-to-1. Defender is doubled, so 6 goes to 12. 30 is going to be 3-to-1. Yeah, it's going to be 3-to-1. So let's roll that. And we have a 3. Wow, that's bad. Attacker loses 2 steps. That is garbage, man. So we'll lose 1 off the 4th, 1 off the armored. We're not going to do that. We'll lose it here instead. That is no good. This 91st Infantry Division held out. International cooperation. Let's look and see how that works, because that's a thing here. Units are free to attack together. Okay, good. So we're going to attack this stack. Here we have 8, 8, and 5 as 16, 21 factors in defense. So in the attack, we would have 12, 21, 26, 20. So we're looking at a 1-to-1 here, basically. Oh, and it's in Bocage, too. So that's no good. I don't think we have anything better than that, though. Let's figure it out again. We have 14 plus 12 is 26, plus 8 is 32. And here we have 16, 21, so 32 and 42 would be... Actually, that's 1-to-1. I think we're going to make it. That's a really, really suboptimal... Oh, and we got a 5 at the 1-to-1. So that's A1, A2D1. That's better than I could have hoped. So the Germans will lose a step off of the Panzer Lair. And the Allies will lose a step off to 29th. They lose 2 steps. So they'll lose a step off of the 15th. Alright, and back up here. Exploitation. Do we have we do have exploitable units, and we certainly can use 1. We can put that there. I think that's probably the only exploit-capable unit. No, it's not, but it's the only one we actually want to move. So we're going to... we have on the follow-on turn... We put our follow-on units on already? We did. So we can put... 1 British unit here. So the Americans have broken loose off the beach fairly well, but the British really haven't. It's first turn after, so it's going to be 2. So actually we're going to drop another infantry division on the British beach as well. And the U.S. will actually pull out the 6th Armored Division for 2. And then at Utah, we'll pull in 1, 2. And I think that's it, right? Unflip the attack HQs. Okay, Germans. Reinforcement replacements. So we've already put those out, actually. So we really don't have to worry about that. Movement. Movement, and then combat, and then exploit. So I think what we're going to try to do here is we have 3 exploit-capable units. We can try and overrun the beach. So what does that mean? Beach ports. Yeah, it's super chancy. What do we got here? We have 10 factors. And we'd be overrunning with 23, so that's going to be a 2-to-1 overrun on the beach hex. I think we can't overrun if we start in an enemy ZOC. And we are in an enemy ZOC. It might be here. I could have sworn I saw that. Units cannot use roads to execute overruns. That's interesting. I didn't see that before. Units that begin the phase in an enemy ZOC cannot overrun. So they cannot overrun. They can attack. So I guess the question is, do we try and completely pinch the British off? I think we do. We have 10 here in defense, but it's going to be doubled because of the bocage. So let's see what we can get more in here. So first, let's do the movement. So let's go back up here, and we're going to obviously be strategic moving these guys. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just to get them out of the way. Alright, we have Allied air domination in zones 1 through 3 this time, so that'll make a difference. So let's get these guys in. So these guys will strategic move, so there'll be 1... Wait a minute. So they got 10 movement points, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same here. Except these guys are panzer, so they don't get their times 2, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think that's bad. Nope, it's not. It's not. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, can't move quite that much. These guys probably can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can. And did we move these already? No. 1, 2, 3, 3. That looks pretty good there. I'll move these guys as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's movement. We have no overruns to speak of. Do we retreat? Actually, do we retreat these guys to Cherbourg? I think we do. I think we retreat them to Cherbourg. Because we're doubled in defense there, and we can't retreat, so, or we ignore retreats, which is even more important, actually. So, let's do our combat. We're going to attack. This stack is going to be 10. On the attack, we're going to have 17 and 23. We're not subject to HQ restrictions, actually. So 23, 28, 37, 46. So 46 on 20 is 2 to 1. And we have a 4, which is pretty spectacularly bad, actually. A2D1. So we reduce the German step losses to 1 step, and the D, we're going to have to retreat, or we're going to have to take the loss on the 7th Armored. So that's that. Do we have another attack that we can make? I'm not sure we do. I don't think we do. So let's erase all that. Exploitation, though, we could totally do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, here's something. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd be overrunning at 1 to 2. That's pretty. That's pretty shitty overrun. So we'll have to be satisfied with that. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to move to turn 3. And U.S. replacements, the U.S. do get 1 replacement. So what we can do with that is to rebuild 1 step on the map. And I'm pretty sure we have lost a step. So we're going to spend that. What did the Germans get? The Germans actually get a replacement too. Last turn. So actually, I think I missed that, but let me examine this pile. And we'll take the Panzer Lair and flip it back for that replacement, since I think that's who took the loss the first time. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was 21st Panzer. It does make a difference. So the U.S. will spend their 1. Flipping this back. Commonwealth get nothing. And then we get Area A here. It's a significant amount of German replacements. And we got a lot of different places those can go. So these go in Area A. So best place is to put them, both of these two very substantial units in Antwerp. There's my Zone B. Next is in Area E. It's Area E. And then what was the other one? Area D. Okay. And technically those shouldn't be down yet, but it's not like we're going to land in Antwerp this turn. So that looks good. And we can now... Do we advance the turn? Yeah, we did. We can now... Let's see here. Moving to... So I think we'll call it here. We've played through 2 turns. We're on turn 3, so I'm going to save. I'll show you how to do that. Hit File, hit Save. So we're going to be... so we'll go... Start turn 3. And we'll save it. And, okay, so hopefully this has been sort of enjoyable. I think it's been very sluggish, but I mean, it's fine for me because I'm sitting here engaged. I don't know how it's been to watch, so hopefully you have enjoyed it and found it tolerable. So please leave your comments, questions, especially rules corrections in the comments below, and like the video if you have enjoyed watching, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of thing. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.